Morning, all of you. Am I audible for you? Am I audible? One of you can respond. Am I audible? Bhanu Prakash.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So yesterday we have discussed this particular question. Just refresh it. We have to design this circuit for RG1, RG2, RD, and RS. All the four resistances are unknown to you, and also VD and VS. It is not given. The only thing it is given is that current, drain current is equal to 0.5 milliamps, threshold voltage is 1 volt, and K and dash W by L is 1 milliampere per volt square. And the total supply voltage is 15 volt. We have to calculate the percentage change in the value of ID. Initially, the current was 0.5 milliamps. Now, after replacing this device with a new MOSFET having the same aspect ratio, that is, there is no change in the aspect ratio or there is no change in K and dash W by L. It's same. Okay. But the new device is having a threshold voltage of 1.5 volt. So that will reflect on the drain current. Okay. So this change in threshold voltage will definitely change the drain current. So we have to find the percentage change in the value of the drain current. I hope the question is clear for you. Already you have taken down the question. Now coming to the solution. Since here VD and VG is not given to you, I mean VD and VS is not given to you, you have to assume that this 15 volt is dividing equally among this resistance RD, RS and across DS. Okay, the supply voltage 15 volt is dividing equally across resistance RD, across resistance RS and across VDS. So how you can write the equation for VDD? VDD is equal to, if you take this loop, one portion will get drop across RD. So the voltage drop across RD will be ID into RD plus voltage drop across RS is ID into RS plus the junction voltage across the drain and source, that's nothing but VDS. So we have the supply voltage VDD, which is divided among three components RD, RS and the drain source terminals. Okay. Now this 15 volt is divided equally among these three terminals, which means that I have to take 1/3 of VDD, that is nothing but 1/3 into 15, which is equal to 5 volt. So we are having equal voltage, that is 5 volt across RD, across RS, as well as across the drain and source terminals. Clear? So we have assumed this bias condition in such a way that the supply voltage has divided equally across the three terminals, that is across RD, across RS and across drain to source. Okay. Now we will find VD because we have to find VD and VS. Correct now? VS is already known to you. That is, it is nothing but ID into RS. VS is the voltage across RS. That is ID into RS, which is nothing but 5 volt. Now what about VD? How can you write the equation for VD? How can you write the equation for VD? This is the voltage VD. VD means the voltage at the drain with respect to ground. Correct? This much voltage you have to take into consideration. So how you will write the equation for VD? Can anybody tell me how you can find VD? As of now, you know the drop across RD, you know the drop across RS, and you know the drop across drain to source terminal. From this, how we are going to write VD? Any guess? Yes, please. How you will write VD? VD means the voltage at the drain till ground. This much voltage. So how you will write VD? Any idea? See, here we have a voltage across drain source as well as voltage across RS. So these two, when you add together, you will get VD, the total voltage from drain to ground. So how you can write VD? VD is equal to VDS plus VS. All of you right? VD is equal to VDS plus VS. Okay. VD is equal to VDS plus VS. So what will be the value of VD? It is 5 plus 5, that is 10 volt. So VD is equal to 10 volt. Or else you can write in this way also, that is the total supply voltage minus the drop across RD. Okay. If you subtract the drop across RD from the total supply voltage, you will get this much voltage, that is your VD. Is that clear for you? So 15 minus 5. You know that the drop across RD is 5. I have assumed in such a way that the voltage is dividing equally among the three components RD, RS as well as drain to source. So if you subtract the voltage across RD from this 15 volt, you will get the value of VD as 10 volt. 15 minus 5, 10 volt. I hope you are taking down. This question is very important. So now you got VD as well as VS. VS is 5 volt. How you got VS? ID into RS, that is 5 volt. Now, once you know the value of VD and VS, it is easier to design RD and RS. All of you calculate RD and RS by using Ohm's law. All the terminal voltage, yeah, now you know, right? You know VD, you know VS, you know VDS, everything you know. Now, based upon the voltages as well as the current is 0.5 milliamps, all of you find the value of RD and RS and let me know the answers. Yes, very good. RD equal to, yes, Soumya, very good. Banu Prakash, very good. RD is equal to 10 kilo. Similarly, all of you find RS. How you will find RD? RD is equal to VDD minus RD is equal to VDD minus VD divided by ID. See, many students are joining after 15 minutes. So from here onwards, I am not going to allow you. Okay. Please be punctual and please be join at the right time. Why you are delayed? Manisha Prime, why you are late? And see that I will be giving the attendance only for those who have joined on 10 o'clock. Okay. If the class is scheduled at 10 o'clock means you are supposed to join at 10 o'clock itself. Otherwise, I won't be admitting you to the class from now onwards. VDD minus VD divided by ID. That is 15 minus VD is 5 divided by ID is 0.5 milliamps. So from this you will get RD. So RD is 10 kilo ohms. Similarly, find RS. Find the answer for RS. Find the answer for RS. RS is VS by ID. Why VS? Yes, RS is also 10 kilo. Why VS only? Because you can see that RS is connected to ground between VS and ground. So VS minus 0 divided by ID. Okay. The same drain current is flowing through RS as well. So VS minus 0 divided by ID. That is VS by ID 5 by 0.5 milliamps, which is equal to 10 kilo ohm. See that the current is milliampere, so the resistance will be in kilo ohms. So as of now, we have designed RD and RS. Now what is pending? Now what is pending? Design means you have to find all the unknown resistance values. Now what is pending? Sriraj, what is pending now? Sriraj. Nikita, what is pending now? Yes, RG1 and RG2. Fine. So RD and RS is already you have designed. Now you have to go with RG1 and RG2. Now you know that to find RG1 and RG2, you will have to calculate this junction voltage, this point, the voltage at this node, which can be considered as VG. Okay. So you can calculate VG. How you will calculate VG? By applying KVL to this loop. So all of you write the equation for KVL. Can anybody tell me how you will write the equation for VG by applying KVL to this particular loop? Please unmute and speak how you will write the voltage across this RG2 in terms of VGS and VS. How you can find VG? Ramya Priya, how you will write VG? Raksha Chandra, Soumya. Yes, somebody has written. Yes, correct, Banu Prakash. Others, please respond. Soumya, you tell me how you will write VG.
Sir,
How you will write VG? How you can write the equation for VG? This is VG. Apply KVL to this loop. How you can write VG? VG is equal to VGS plus. If you're not responding means either you are not understanding anything or you are not in the meeting. VG is equal to VGS plus VS, right? If you take this loop, the total input voltage is VG and one fraction will appear across the junction gate and source and another fraction will be across your RS. So VG can be written as VGS plus VS. VGS plus VS. Already VS is known to you, that is 5 volt. We have calculated VS. So you should know VGS to find VG, right? You should know VGS to find VG. I hope you have written this equation, that is VG is equal to VGS plus VS. VS is IDRS. This is known to you. So the only unknown here is VGS. So once you compute the value of VGS, you will know the value of VG and you can easily design RG1 and RG2. So take down the equation for the drain current, which is already you have familiarized with this equation. ID is equal to half Kn dash W by L into VGS minus VT the whole square. So based upon this equation, you can find VGS. Take that equation, substitute all the relevant parameters. ID is 0.5 milliamps to 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3, half into Kn dash W by L is 1 milliampere. So 1 into 10 raised to minus 3 into VGS minus 1 the whole square because threshold voltage is 1. Again, I'm repeating, you are going to design RG1 and RG2. So for finding RG1 and RG2, you require VG. So to find VG, you have applied the KVL in the lower loop, that is VGS plus IDRS. Here, if you see IDRS is already known to you, this is 5 volt. So if you know the value of VGS, you can easily compute VG and thereby you can easily design RG1 and RG2. So for that, you have taken this equation, the drain current equation in saturation region, and you have substituted everything and tell me the answer for VGS. Yes, very good. Nivedita, good. Yes, it is 2 volt. Okay, VGS is 2 volt. So after finding VGS, now tell me the answer for VG. After finding, yes, good Soumya. After finding VGS, tell me the answer for VG, because you want VG ultimately to get the values of RG1 and RG2. Yes, it is 7 volt. So how did you got 7 volt? We can substitute in this equation, right? So this is 2 volt. As per your solution, this is 2 volt, right? So 2 plus 5. This is already 5 we have solved VS. So 2 plus 5 equal to 7 volt. Is that clear for you? So VG is equal to 7 volt. Now we will apply the voltage divider rule, because as per the circuit diagram you can see this RG1 and RG2 constitutes a potential divider network for a voltage divider circuit, right? So this supply voltage VDD gets divided across RG1 and RG2. This supply voltage VDD will get divided across RG1 and RG2. So you can write VG in terms of VDD according to the voltage divider rule. So please write that equation VG in terms of VDD, RG1 and RG2. Yes, Anusha, you tell me how you will write VG in terms of RG1, RG2 and VDD. Anusha R, 89, unmute and speak. How you will write VG in terms of VDD, RG1 and RG2. Apply voltage divider rule, the fundamental thing what you have learned in network analysis. Anusha. Pramod.
Sir, VDD into RG2 by RG1 plus RG2.
Very good, Pramod. VDD into RG2 divided by RG1 plus RG2. So this is the equation for voltage divider rule. Okay, so substitute the value of VDD, it is 5 volt, and VG, already you have solved VG as 7 volt. Substitute and rewrite the equation. Substitute and rewrite the equation. Cross multiply it. So 7 is equal to VDD is 15 volt, right? Yes, VDD is 15 volt. So 7 is equal to 15 into RG2 divided by RG1 plus RG2. Cross multiply it. Cross multiply it and simplify. After simplifying, you will get an equation like 8 RG2 is equal to 7 RG1. Everyone has got this or not? 8 RG2 is equal to 7 RG1. Now you have to take appropriate values of RG1 and RG2 so that the LHS and RHS of this equation are equal to each other. But see that you know the value of RG1 and RG2 will be in mega ohms. Why? Because you need to maintain zero current towards a gate terminal. So all of you choose convenient values of RG1 and RG2 in mega ohms, not in kilo ohms or ohms. Okay. So if you can substitute here 7 and substitute here 8, then it will be 56, right? The product will be 56 and it will be equal to each other. So we can take RG2 as 7 mega ohm and RG1 as 8 mega ohm. There is no other option. So 7 and 8 mega ohm, if you substitute, means this equation will be equal, or this left hand side and right hand side of this equation will be equal to each other. That is a way of designing RG1 and RG2. Is that clear for you? Why you have taken mega ohm? Because the potential divider network should not give any input current to the gate terminal. It should be zero. So for that, we have to take mega ohm range. So with this, we have completed the first part of this question. That is, we have designed RD, RS, RG1 and RG2. Okay. How did you decide RD and RS? By taking the assumption that this 15 volt is divided equally among RD, RS and VDS. Okay. Then we had found VD and VS. After finding VD and VS, I have taken the Ohm's law and just by using the formula potential divider, potential difference by current, I have computed the value of RD and RS. Now to find RG1 and RG2, I should know what is VG. To know VG, I have applied KVL to the circuit. So I need to find VGS by making use of the drain current equation. I have found VGS. After that, I found VG. Then I have divided the potential divider rule. I have applied the potential divider rule and found RG1 and RG2. Now coming to the second part of the question, any doubts till now, students? Any doubts? This is very, very important question. That's why any doubts? In the second part of the question, what we are going to do is we are replacing this transistor with a new device or new transistor whose threshold voltage is 1.5 volt. So again, we are using NMOS, same kind of device, but the thing is that you are using a different threshold voltage, but same K n dash W by L. There is no change for K n dash W by L. Okay. So obviously, if VT is changing means ID will be changing, right? So for that, I'm using ID dash. The new value of ID can be considered as ID dash. I've taken as ID dash. And the new value of VGS I have taken as VGS dash. And VT is 1.5 volt. Again, Kn dash W by L is 1. There is no change for Kn dash W by L as per the question. You are using a new device whose Kn dash W by L is 1 milliampere per volt square itself. There is no change. The only change is VT has changed. Since VT has changed, I would like to indicate the current with the new value and VGS with the new value. That is why I have specified ID dash and VGS dash. Is that clear for you? Now, please ensure that you are not converting this to ampere. Why? Because your equation will get complicated. So don't convert this. So you can expect your resultant current in milliampere itself. Okay. Since Kn dash W by L, you have retained it as 1. 1 means 1 milliampere per volt square. Since you have not converted, your answer for ID dash will be in milliampere itself. I hope it is clear for you. Otherwise, the question will get complicated and it will be difficult to solve. So please keep your Kn dash W by L as such. Remember that it is in milliampere itself so that you can take your current output current ID dash in milliampere itself. Now, if you see this equation number 1, you are having two unknowns ID dash and VGS dash. You can't solve for ID dash since there are two variables in the same equation. So what is the next step that I have to do? What is the next step that I have to do? If there are two unknowns means I should change this VGS dash in terms of ID dash, right? So again, I have applied KVL to our lower loop. Whatever I have shown in the previous case, in same way, I'm applying the KVL to our lower loop. What is a lower loop? Lower loop means you are having the gate voltage, then gate to source voltage, as well as the source voltage. All of you write KVL to this loop. Here you are having the gate voltage. So VG is equal to VGS dash. Why I am not using VG dash? Can anybody tell why I am not using VG dash? Why I am not using VG dash? Please unmute and speak. Yes, please. Why I am not using VG dash? Sandosh, why I am not using VG dash? Suraj, Rahul, Banu Prakash, tell me why I'm not using VG dash.
Sir, since gate voltage is same, but not across the gate and source.
Okay, why gate voltage is same? Even though we are replacing with the new device, why the gate voltage is same? Because I'm using the same potential divider circuit. Okay, there is no change for RG1 and RG2. I'm just replacing this new MOSFET, I mean this MOSFET with a new device, that's all. So as long as this RG1 and RG2 are same, we can keep VG constant. So VG will be same. There is no change for VG. Okay. So VG is equal to VGS dash plus ID dash into RS. From this, you can calculate ID dash. Rewrite ID dash. Rewrite VGS dash. Rewrite VGS dash and substitute in our equation 1. That is 7 minus 10 ID dash. VG is 7, right? VG is 7. RS is 10 kilo ohm. Again, I'm not converting this kilo ohm into ohm because I'm expecting my current in milliampere itself. I need to take simple equations. Don't go for complicated equations. So keep your resistance in kilo ohm itself 10. Okay, so 7 minus 10 ID dash. Is that clear for you or? Please respond. Is that clear for you? Now substitute equation 3 in 1. Substitute equation 3 in 1 and make a quadratic equation and all of you solve for ID dash. Substitute 3 in 1. Make a quadratic equation and solve for ID dash. And tell me the answers in the chat box. What is the value of ID dash that you got after solving the quadratic equation using your calculator? Write it in ax square plus bx plus c format. Write the equation in ax square plus bx plus c format. So you will get this equation. Please check. Everyone is getting this equation. 100 ID dash square minus 112 ID dash plus 30.25 equal to 0. After rearranging this quadratic equation, you will get this. Here you are expanding a minus b whole square. Okay, I've taken this 2 to the left side and expanding a minus b whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab. Are you getting the same equation? 0.6653. Let me see. So after solving the quadratic equation, your answers are ID dash is equal to 0.66. Very good. 0.66 and 0.454 milliamps. Good. Now, from these two answers, you have to take any one suitable answer. So how we are going to take the suitable value of ID dash, whether you have to go for 0.4454 or you have to go for 0.665. That you can fix only after finding your VGS dash. All of you substitute these values of ID dash in equation number 3 and get me the corresponding value of VGS dash for each ID dash. You have two values of ID dash, right? You have solved for two answers. Substitute those answers in equation number 3 and get me the values of VGS dash. Then we can fix the final value of ID dash. So put in the equation 3, put the values in equation 3. Correspondingly, you can calculate VGS dash. Yes, 0.347 and 2.454. Okay. Yes, correct, Uma Devi. Let me check. Yes, 2.46 and 0.35. Out of which is more positive? Please recall that the given circuit is, yes, very good, Soumya. The given circuit is NMOS, right? The given circuit is NMOS. So NMOS means the gate should be more positive for the conduction to take place and saturation operation is the most feasible Q point region. So for that, your VGS should be more positive. Your VGS should be more positive. So if you compare these two values, 2.46 is more positive than 0.35 volt. So we will go with VGS dash and corresponding value of ID dash. So you can fix these two ideal values, that is VGS dash is 2.46 and ID dash is 0.454 milliampere. So these are the two ideal values for this specific operating point. Is that clear for you? So whenever you are solving a quadratic equation, you will get two answers for ID dash, out of which you have to finalize one. So how we are going to finalize? For that, you have to calculate VGS dash and compare the two answers. So whichever is more positive, that would be better, since it is an NMOS. You know that NMOS means the gate should be more positive for the conduction to take place. So your final answer is 2.46 and 0.454 milliampere. Now check the question once again. What is the final question? You have to find the percentage change in the value of ID. Yesterday I told you how we are going to find the relative change in percentage. You have an initial value and you have a final value. So relative change in percentage means final minus initial divided by initial value into 100. So if you are going to find the percentage change, your answer will be, your equation will be, final value is ID dash, right? That is after replacing with the new MOSFET, you have found the new value of ID, that is ID dash, minus initial value ID that is given to you, 0.5 divided by initial value into 100. This will be the percentage change. So all of you make use of this equation and find the percentage change in ID. ID dash minus ID divided by ID into 100. Final minus initial divided by initial into 100. See, less than 1 minute, this meeting will get end. Please rejoin back to the same link.